Welcome back guys. This is Ashwin here. In this video we are going to solve the problem reverse a doubly linked list. You are given the pointer to the head node of a doubly linked list. Reverse the order of the nodes in the list. The head node might be null to indicate that the list is empty. Change the next and previous pointers of all the nodes so that the direction of the list is reversed. Return a reference to the head node of the reversed linked list. So this problem is similar to the singly linked list node reversal. In this, we have two pointers instead of one, and as usual, we need to return the head node at the end of the problem. So we need to make changes to the tail node of the linked list in order to return as the head pointer. That's the simple logic of this problem. Let's check the constraints now. Here the test case can go up to 10. The elements in the linked list can go up to 1000, and the data in the linked list can also go up to 1000. Here the numbers are very small, so we don't need to worry about time constraints or space constraints. Let's check some examples now. Here we have only one test case and the number of elements in the linked list is 4. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Initially, the linked list will look like this. While changing the nodes, we need to change the next pointer and the previous pointer. So if we change the next to previous means like 1 dot next will be none and 1 dot previous is 2. Like that, we need to make changes for all the nodes. So 2 dot next will be 1 and 2 dot previous will be 3. Basically, we are just swapping both of these pointers and do it for rest of the operations. Finally, when it reaches the end, we need to make changes for the last pointer, that is the tail, and return this node as the head pointer. That's the overall logic of this problem. Let's solve it now. We need to create a while loop for the condition while head.next not equals none. The while loop will continue until it reaches the end of the list. When it satisfies the condition, we will swap the pointers. Swap the pointers. Now head.next, head.previous equals head.previous and head.next. We're just swapping both of these pointers in a single line. Because of doing this in a single line, these values we can assume that it is a temporary values. So we don't need to create a separate variable to hold these values. That's the advantage of using the single line operation. When we swap both these pointers, that is next to previous and previous to next, we will reverse the order of the linked list. After swapping the pointers, we need to move to the next pointer. As you can see, we already changed some of these pointers here itself. So to avoid inconsistency, I will create the next pointer here itself. So head dot next. As I already said, this will store it as a temporary values. While assigning it simultaneously, we will avoid that inconsistent problem. You can try it as a line by line operation, but you need to create some extra temporary variables. That's why I'm doing this kind of techniques. This techniques will be very useful and it will save lots of space in your code. Now, after swapping the operation, we need to make changes for the head pointer. Changes to the tail node. That is head.next and head.previous equals head.next will be head.previous, comma, none. Similar to this, I'm using this operation. So if you consider 4 as the head pointer, head.next will point to 3, that is head.previous. Head.previous will point to null. So head.previous will point to none. After making the changes, we will return the head node. Return head. So that's the overall logic of the problem. And again, you can do this line by line also. It will take some additional space only. Apart from that, you need to follow some specific order while coding in a line by line manner. Okay, let's run the code now. It passed the sample test case. Let's submit it. Yeah, we solved the problem. If this video is helpful to you, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe the channel for future videos. See you guys in the next video.